When you think of a 911 Porsche, one thing is always a given. They are all rear-engine flat-six sports cars. Porsche love their flat-six or boxer motors, and the Porsche enthusiast would die if anyone dared to change it. So that's exactly what Eric Plebani did. This is his 1980 Porsche 911 SC, and his one is powered by a 4-cylinder Mitsubishi engine. But before we get into exactly what went into this build, we need to start with the base car. The stock 911 SE was powered by a naturally aspirated 3-litre flat 6 that produced 180 horsepower and 240 Nm of torque. Yes, it's not a lot, but it's a really old engine. The car weighed in at around 1.2 tons, and because it was so light, it could reach 60 in just 5.5 seconds. Not bad at all for a car with less than 200 horsepower. So why did he change his Porsche? I mean, there must be a reason for all the love enthusiasts show towards the Porsche flat 6 engines. Well, in Eric's own words, I wanted to build a fast, reliable Porsche. I'm sure those words would make him tons of friends in the 911 crowds. So why did he go for the Mitsubishi 4-cylinder? Well, firstly, the 4G63T is an amazing engine, and it's an engine that featured in one of my other videos, my best 2-litre engines of all time video. And the 4G63 is a really great motor, but the main reason Eric used the 4G is he knows the motor. He used to race a Starion with a 4G63T that did an 11.2 second quarter mile. He later sold the Starion chassis, but he kept the motor, so he had his reliable and strong motor that he knew. Now he just needed the Porsche. Eric always loved the look of a classic 911, so he started hunting and he found one. He then bargained the price down to $5,500. Now he had everything he needed to build his Porsche Bushi. The heart transplant took 2 years to complete, and the total bill including the cost stood at $15,000, which is honestly not bad. I mean, that's a pretty badass car for $15,000. And I'm not gonna spoil the power figures, but let's just say it's a lot of power for a car just weighing over a ton. Now, was there any challenges? Well, in short, yes. Remember, normally with a front engine car you have a radiator and intercooler in the front of the car, keeping everything cool. But with a rear engine car, you somehow need to keep everything cool. You see, to fit a performance radiator in a tiny little Porsche is really difficult, so they had to make everything custom. It's not just a big radiator they fitted, they had to make custom fittings and everything just so it can fit in the front of the car. And the intercooler is a top mount intercooler at the back on top of the engine. And as Eric said, in his own words, it's bad enough cutting up a perfectly good European Porsche to fit a Japanese motor, but chopping the front off to fit a radiator is just too much. The 4G63 runs JE pistons, Crowder rods and a knife-edged crankshaft. His head was built by Head Games Motorworks, and they added HKS 272 bump sticks, 1mm oversized Feria valves and Crowder springs. The 4G is also fitted with a Racing 20G turbo, and like I said, a top mount intercooler. What does all of this add up to? She does an 11.4 second quarter mile at 118 miles per hour and produces 525 wheel horsepower, which is some serious numbers. I mean, the 2020 911 Carrera S, which is an expensive piece of German engineering, does an 11.2 second quarter mile. Yes, I know the new Porsche isn't built for straight line performance, but it does show that the 4G engine isn't bad at all, and that's exactly why it did the shop. In Eric's own words, I like taking the strong points of one car and combining it with the strong points of another. The Porsche Bushi joins the Porsche's bulletproof driveline, rear engine, rear drive configuration, and a badass wide body. German looks with a high-tech, bulletproof, boosted and bitchin' Japanese motor. I think I like this dude. And even though I wouldn't ever put a Japanese engine in a Porsche, I do like the build. I really do like the build. It's just like, it's wrong. It's so wrong. There's no way I would ever do it. But it is cool. And I mean, it works for him. The thing runs and drives and is properly fast. And it does garner attention. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. I've got more videos that's in the same style as this. I've got videos on newer cars, I've got a build series on my personal car, and I've got some motorcycle content since I ride too. Go through it to see if there's something you like. I'll check you guys in the next one. Chasai.